Hi everyone, I am Katie the Crafty Blog Stalker, and in today's episode I am going to show you how I make the front door mats using the Mr. and Mrs. SVG file from my Etsy shop. Now if you're new to my videos, I'd love for you to subscribe and also make sure to ring that bell. All right, so I am going to be using my Epson EcoTank 2720. I have another video showing how I convert it to sublimation and showing how to insert that sublimation ink. So let me show you the rug and we'll get started. The rug is an 18-inch by 30-inch and the brand is Style Well. I got this at my local Home Depot. Now, the most important thing when looking at sublimation is the fabric type of what you are going to be sublimating on. And if you look on this rug, I don't know if you can see that, but it says it is 100% polyester. So we are good to go. Anything polyester, especially if it's 100% polyester, is perfect for sublimation. So that is what we are going to be doing. Now I'm also going to show you how I create the file in Adobe Illustrator. But first, I need to know the dimensions of the area that we're working with. So I've got a fabric measuring tape here. And we are only going to sublimate on the center. You can sublimate on the edges as well, but we aren't going to be doing that today. We are just going to be doing the center. So the center is 24.5 by 12.5. So that is the size of the artboard that we need in Adobe Illustrator. I have opened the Mr. and Mrs. SVG file in Adobe Illustrator, and the first thing I want to do is put my rulers up. So I'm going to Command R because I'm on a Mac. If you're not on a PC, then it would be Control R. I'm going to go up here and make sure that my rulers are on inches, and they are, so I'm good there. And then I want to make my artboard the size of my rug that I'm making, which is 24.5 by 12.5. And then I can go back and I can see what the size of my rug is. So I'm going to come up here and size my SVG to the size of the rug. Okay, and then I want to center this on the rug. So I'm going to click over here on Properties, and I want to make sure that I am aligning to the artboard. So I'm going to click Center and Center, and that is going to center that SVG on my artboard or the size of my rug. So next I want to add the last name, which is Dallof, D-A-L-L-O-F. And we're going to make that a little bit bigger here. And I'm holding the Shift key as I grow so it keeps proportion. Now I know the text that I want to use for that. So I'm going to come up here to my text box, and it is STIX General. And I believe this is an Adobe font. I'm pretty sure that it is. And I want the regular. Okay. So then I can size this to fit inside those little lines however I want. And then again, I'm going to center everything. So I'm going to highlight everything. And again, we're going to center. We're not going to vertically align because that would make Dallof out of center, technically, of the design. So we're going to leave it just like that. Now you'll see in my layers panel that Dallof is not a compound path, which is okay because we are printing. We are not cutting this design. We are printing it with our sublimation printer. So The next thing we need to do is to highlight everything and mirror the design. So we highlight it all, object, transform, reflect. And so now it will be the right orientation when we press it onto the mat. And I do want to keep everything black, but while we're in here, I'm just going to make sure that we're all the same black. So while we are all highlighted, we are going to come over here and just make sure that we are all 0, just to make sure that we're all the same black. Okay, now we are ready to print. Again, we're printing this with our Sublimation printer. So I'm going to come down here and click print, and I'm going to show you how to size the different papers together, because we're only printing on 8.5 by 11 sheets, but our mat is larger than that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off auto rotate, and then we're going to come down here to tile full pages. And we want the paper to overlap a little bit so we can see where to tape our pieces together. And then we're going to just grab our design here and we're going to move it, because I want it to be on as few sheets as possible. So see, if we're centered, then we've got lots of intersection points on the ink. But if I come over here and I bring a majority of the design down, then we're really only on 4 sheets. So we want to minimize the printing. Okay, so now we're ready to print. We've got a little bit of an overlap and we are ready to print. We want to make sure we're on the right printer and that we have paper in our printer, and we are going to click on print. Here are my printout sheets. Now some of these sheets are going to be blank, so I'm going to set those aside because we can use those on a different sublimation project. So I'm just going to go through and get those out. And then the rest of these pieces go together like a puzzle. And remember, this image is mirrored, so it isn't going to read correctly. Okay, so there are all of our pieces. Now, I did an overlap on the print, if you remember. So I am going to trim these 3 pieces to where it prints, and I'm going to leave this center piece as it is. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my heat tape, and I'm going to put the pieces together. And tape them on that line. So I'm going to line up the pieces, and I want to make sure that all of my edges are lining up together. Now, when taping this together, I don't want to put the tape anywhere where there is ink, because then, of course, the ink can't go through the tape. So I put it only where the ink isn't. If this was a full print, then I would be only taping on the back. But since it isn't a full print, I'm going to mostly tape on the front and just put a little bit of tape on the back to secure the pieces in place, just so they aren't flopping all around. And it looks like I just have a little bit of an edge there that I'm missing. And that piece that I thought was blank, it is not. There is that little edge right there. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that off. I got a little too hasty. If I would have paid closer attention in my printing, I probably could have scooted it all over so I wouldn't have that edge. But I didn't. So we're just going to trim that off. And again, we don't need this whole piece. So we're going to trim that. Okay. And then actually we're going to trim this bottom too, because if you see, it cuts into our ink. And again, if you cover up any part of the ink won't go through it. So we're just going to trim that off. And there we go. Okay, so now our puzzle piece is all put together and we are ready to put this onto our mat. So let me grab my Cricut Easy Press and we'll get that going. My rug or front door mat, whatever you want to call it, is all ready. I've got all the tags off of it. So now I need to take a lint roller and I'm just going to go over the top of it. And this is going to help remove any fibers or anything like that that can interfere with the sublimation. Here is our puzzle that we put together. And we're going to turn that over and center it on our mat. Now, one thing I'm going to do to make sure that we are perfectly centered, so I'm going to lightly fold. If you look through, you can kind of see where the design is on the other side. And I'm just going to lightly crease at the bottom and at the top. That is just going to help me make sure that I am centered on the rug here. We're gonna grab our fabric tape, measuring tape again, and we're 24.5, so we're gonna be about 12.25. So let's see, I don't have any tape. I forgot to grab tape, so I'm gonna put this at about right at the center. That's how I do things. I work with what I've got. Okay. So we can also see that this is fairly close to the top. And at the bottom, we have much more at the bottom. So I'm going to try lining this up against that edge and see how our bottom edge looks. So there's our center. Now if I pull this up, I can see that that ink, you can't really see, but I can see from my vantage point that the ink is almost touching the base. So that means that I need to pull this up about halfway, and I can feel that with my fingers. And then, yep, I can see that the bottom is much better too. So I've got my halfway at the top, and I can even check them again if you don't like my measuring system. There. So yep, that one's about center. And yes, the bottom one is center too. So now what I want to do is I want to tape this down really pretty good using my heat safe tape. Since I'm using a Cricut Easy Press, I'm going to have to lift and move the heat source. And when doing that, I don't want this to move at all, because if it moves, it will create like little shadows. And there's nothing you can do to get rid of them. Once sublimation print has gone into the fabric, then there's no getting it out. So you really want to make sure that you tape everything down that could possibly move, so it's good and secure. I've got my Cricut Easy Press here. It is set at 400 degrees Fahrenheit with 60 seconds, and I'm using the largest heat press. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to do it in 3 sections. So I'm going to pick it up and put it down and start my timer. And it really doesn't need a lot of pressure because again, you don't want this to move. So I'm just not gonna touch it. The weight of the machine is enough to get that press into the rug, the front door mat. I keep changing what it's called, but you know what I mean, right? Okay, the first one is done. I'm gonna slowly pick it up, and you can see it's already starting to work. See how you can see through there? So now we're gonna pick it up and put it back down and start again. And I can already tell I'm gonna have to do this top little piece again, and that's okay. Okay, middle section is done. We're gonna slowly and carefully lift that up, and you can see right where it has sublimated. So now we're gonna go to the back. We're gonna do that little back piece, and then we'll do up here. Now you'll notice that I don't have the mat underneath this. For this exact project, you don't need a mat underneath your Easy Press because it is rubber lined. So I know it's not gonna hurt my surface underneath. But any other project like a t-shirt or anything like that, you would want to make sure that you use the mat underneath, as well as some butcher paper. Honestly, I should be using butcher paper and I'm not. I kind of forgot that step. The butcher paper just kind of helps protect your press from getting any of the ink on the press. Okay, now that's done. Now I want to get this little corner just up here. So I'm going to turn my press and I'm going to put the press on that edge right there. Okay, that is done. I'm going to carefully lift, put my Easy Press back in its cradle, and now carefully, very, very carefully, I'm going to pull up the sub paper. Ooh, and you can see as I reveal. Doesn't that look awesome? Mr. and Mrs. Dollop, established in 2021. I really hope my niece is going to love this. I hope she is. I'm sure she will, but this is super cool. Sublimation is such a fun craft. It's a great product to bring into your craft room or your at-home business, and it's super simple to use once you get the hang of it. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. While you're here, I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any of my upcoming tutorials. And of course, you can always find me at my home base at thecraftyblogstalker.com. Thanks everyone. Bye and happy crafting.